So,
a lot of ways.
so you go into the county awaiting, I'm assuming, into the state prison system.
Yeah, I go
So
9 months in.
and you're not drinking.
No, they had it in there, but I didn't drink it until about 2 weeks before the trial, and I made my own, about 5 gallons of it, and well, I found out what I was missing again.
Just like that.
Just like that, got some of that in me. But it was Easter Sunday, 1983, actually, and I caused a lot of problems that day. There was like a lot of fighting going on, trying to get to my booze. Somebody's arm got broken, reaching for it. Like I broke it.
Honestly, a lot of fighting, or more like a riot.
It was like a riot, yeah. And it was, they had a lot of people were off because it was Easter Sunday, so they had a small contingent of people in there, and they had to call all these people in because they were afraid of coming in that little cell block, if that's what you want to call it. And, people were getting hurt, and I was drinking. And another guy was drinking. It was only 2 of us. I was going to share to begin with, but I found after I had that first 2 cups of wine, or halfway through the second cup of wine, I said, you know what, I can get drunk for 4 or 5 days if I get 5 gallons of this here. And now I'm not going to share. No, you can't have any. And, what the truth is, it would have turned to vinegar in about a day or so, but I didn't know that. I was naive, didn't understand that kind of stuff.
So at what point do you think you found recovery, had a spiritual awakening, realized that enough was enough?
I got convicted of second-degree murder because they were trying to prove that it was premeditated. It wasn't. It just happened. Jury came back with second. I got sentenced sometime in June of 1983. I got sentenced to life with a 15 years running concurrent of the 3-year mandatory, which means I'm eligible after 3 years, okay, for parole. But that's the only way out. The only way I'm out of this place or out of this system is dead or on parole, and then you're not out of the system either. So the next, 10 years or 9 plus years, at first I drank when I got to my place where I was going to stay for a while. Okay, permanent party they call it. It's called Rayford's Union Correctional Institute in North Florida, and they had all kinds of stuff there. I mean, they had any drug you wanted, just about, and I did LSD there twice. Okay? But I got drunk about 15 times, and the last time I got drunk, I had my first in-prison blackout, and I was up to the same behavior. I was trying to hurt somebody. I probably really hurt somebody in the chow hall with a mop handle. And then I don't remember it. It was in a blackout, and the next day I come in. That was my first prison blackout. First prison blackout I had in almost over a year, 14, 15 months. And the guy told me the next day what I was doing, and I didn't believe him at first. He said, "You know what you did yesterday?" And I said, No, I didn't do anything. He said, "Nothing's wrong." He says, "Well, you did this." And he told me I chased these 2 young guys around with a mop handle, and basically I was trying to hurt them real bad or kill them. And I says, "Well, if I did that, I'd be in solitary confinement." He said, No. The guards just locked you in. He let you go. They didn't care. I said, "How long did this go on?" He said, "About 20 minutes." And I said, "Well, what happened?" He says, "You ran out of gas. You slowed down.
You get tired eventually."
And guards came in. They asked him if we were done, and he said yes. And they said, "Go to your cell." Now it's the next day again. I don't know how long I stayed up that night or anything, but I came to around 9. I was working in the chow hall, and that's when he told me about it. And that's when I did the first step. I didn't know what a first step was, but that's when I did it. I can't use the language here.